Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So for today it is a new season, happy fall, and you know what that means. It's time for an eyeshadow palette declutter. It is so funny how it just works out. Almost every season I do a declutter. That's just how it is. It's hilarious. Each season I'm like, alright, let's just like get out the old and in with the new, things like that. If I'm not reaching for products, I'm letting them go. But honestly, like, let me just preface this by saying all the palettes in my collection that I'm decluttering today, I bought these myself. I love testing new palettes, but that doesn't mean I want to keep all of them. So if you like declutters, then I do hope you will stick around for today's video. Make sure you are subscribed because I go hard on my declutters. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And I think, yes, I have about 15 to 20 palettes that I'm going to be decluttering. I'm not going to show my whole collection. I'm just pulling them out very quickly, like a little bit of rapid fire. And these are the palettes that are going to be exiting my collection. So first, guys, I went in on Colourpop. I don't know why, but there's just something about Colourpop packaging that gets me every time. This is a pretty fresh palette, and this launched a while back. I think that this is beautiful spring and summer. It's a large palette. I don't reach for it. I've been holding on to it for like dear life, but I don't use it, so why keep it? I'm trying to get out of that mind state where I keep everything. Like, I just can't do that. So next, from Colourpop, I've been decluttering these and then putting them back in my collection, decluttering them, going back and forth, but I'm finally like, I have not used these since last year, so no, they got to go. These are the 3 Hocus Pocus collaborations with Hocus Pocus and Colourpop. I'm not reaching for them. Next, let's see. Okay, this one's the hardest one, I would say. This is a Star Wars Mandalorian palette, and there's just something, I love a green brown palette, and this formula from Colourpop, it's like good as it gets from them. It's amazing, and it even has a mirror, but I'm not reaching for it, so goodbye. This one, you're gonna be shocked. This is in collaboration with Tinkerbell, and I wanted this for so long. I finally got it. They restocked it, and I'm not reaching for it. The quality's great. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. The quality's amazing on all these palettes that I'm decluttering, but I have so much eyeshadow, like, I don't have to keep everything. And on my eyes today, I'm wearing the Basic Witch palette from Bella Beauty Bar, and it's just, I'm having so much fun reaching for my other palettes that I have to let them go, you know? Okay, this one I'm going back and forth on, but I'm not reaching for it at all. This is the Tropical Vibes palette from Ace Beauté. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The color story is beautiful. You would think this would be my go-to color story, but I never reach for it. I always gravitate towards a different grungy palette, so I'm letting it go. I don't know. I wanted that palette for a while, and I finally bought it, and then I was like, I just feel like so many grungy palettes came out, and it's like once I bought that, I had like 5 or 6 new grungy palettes, so they just kind of like, I don't know, outshined that one. Let's talk about Adept Cosmetics. So I'm going to be decluttering the Minka palette. Mine has a certain scent that's like not my vibe, so every time I reach for this palette, it's kind of unpleasant experience for me, and it makes me never want to reach for it. I did reach out to the brand, and they said that the scent's normal, and they did offer to send me a new one, but I declined because I don't want to get another Minka palette. If that scent's normal, it's gonna smell like that too. So I don't know, for me, I'm just like, I don't like opening it and smelling that, so I'd rather just pass it along. Even though it's beautiful, the quality is amazing. Perfect holiday palette. The sparkles, it's like next level. I'm not even kidding, but I can't get past the smell, so why just keep it here? I'm trying to get out of a collector's mentality and just like, it is what it is. If I'm not using it, get rid of it. You know, if it stopped bringing me joy, happiness anymore. So this one's a Plain Jane Remastered. I was going back and forth on decluttering this one because Adept Cosmetics, their shadows are magnetic. You can pull them out, mix and match. But even whenever I create my own color stories, I never reach for these shades. Also, I never reach for all shimmer palettes. So this one's just one that I'm not using. Is what it is. Moving on, these are the Kodan singles they launched because the Kodan palette is discontinued. I missed out on that one, but these shimmers are so beautiful and special. A lot of them are shifty, but there again, I'm not reaching for them. This was a ton of money, so it is what it is. I even bought this little magnetic palette off Amazon, so I don't know. I don't know why I'm not reaching for them. They're so beautiful. But let's see. Now I want to move on to, ooh, a Natasha Denona palette. This is by far, I would say, yes, the hardest one to let go of. This is the bronze palette, and the formulation's beautiful, but I get like 1 or 2 looks with this palette, so it's silly to keep it because I do have the mini bronze palette. This is the hardest one to let go of, but I've been going back and forth for a while. It is what it is. It's just makeup. Okay, so these two are from Laura Lee Los Angeles and Lunar Beauty. They did a collaboration, and this was the Full Fantasy. So I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow palette. I do own the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette, and it's pretty much like the same concept, vibes, color, story, and I much prefer that formulation. There's nothing wrong with this formula. I just always reach for that one over this one. And then this blush palette, I'm not reaching for it. I did get hard pan in this one, but I fixed it. I just used tape, and it still works fine. But now I'm just not gravitating towards it because you have to build it up a little. The formula is fine. I don't know. I'm not reaching for it anymore. So let's see. Oh, I do have one more to mention. I'm not decluttering this one yet. So this is the Butterfly Vibes palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I'm not a big fan of the packaging, so that's kind of why I'm not using it as much. But I need to try this a few more times before I need to gather my thoughts and be like, do you like these looks, or are you just going to get rid of it? So I definitely want to use this some more. There's beautiful fall tones in here, so I do plan on using this, and I'm going to make my mind up. But other than that, those are all the palettes that I plan on decluttering. I already feel better. I just love having my collection just very inspiring. I don't want to look at it and see it like, you know, like in this case, 10, 15, 20 palettes that I'm not using, you know. So I just like to see my collection and feel inspired to create. I don't want to feel bad and like, oh, I haven't used that palette in a year. Like, I don't like that in my collection. If you love collecting, you know, all of the palettes, if you buy it and it's staying in your collection forever, I love that for you. It's just not how I roll. Also, I have a very, very small area, so I just like to test new palettes, fall in love with them, and then if I don't stay in love with them, I just try to let them go. But that's going to do it for today's video. Please let me know down below, do you declutters? Do you like watching declutters? I absolutely love watching them. It is so, so funny because we love makeup, but yet we love watching people get rid of makeup. Someone commented that on one of my previous declutters, and that has just stuck with me because I love watching these videos, and it's like, we love watching you get rid of makeup, so that's so funny. Oh, honestly, I do have a few lippies to declutter. They're right behind me. Okay, I'm just going to pull this whole little tray out. I wasn't going to film this, but like, we're already here, so just kidding. Video's not over just yet. My daughter was wanting these Lunar Beauty lip oils. She loves the packaging, and I have lots of lippies, so I'm going to let her have those, and also the Tower 28. I think these were like 14 a piece. I never use them. I'm going to give them to her. The NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip. I don't like the packaging on it. It like slings everywhere when I open it, so I'm going to let that one go. Also, she loves this Butter Gloss from NYX, the color like this pink. It's pretty much hers. She's always in here taking it. I'm keeping these. I'm going to keep Wet n Wild. Let me just double check. Okay, so those are the products that I will be decluttering. I have some new lip products, so that's why I wanted to also get rid of, let's see, these right here. There's probably some more. I decluttered some foundations, things like that, but it wasn't enough to like film, so I'm decluttering some of these lip products. Whoops! But other than that, that is everything. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, fun, inspiring. I just love watching declutters. But that's going to do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.